Hi everyone at home. I know that camp's looking a little different this year, but I'm so excited that you got to try a little bit of our Camp in the Box. So as you do some projects this week, I want you to be as creative as you can, thinking outside of the box, even though some of your supplies are kind of in a box. So my name is Miss Laura. I'm over here at Hickory Knolls, and we're really looking forward to having you back very, very soon for some on-site programming. And as you get started this week, I want you to be thinking about how creative you can find things in nature and make them into some beautiful works of art. So the first thing I want you to do is to think about, what do you find to be beautiful in nature? And this can be things that are big, they can be tiny things. Whatever you think is beautiful in nature is going to be perfect. And you can use that for your inspiration. Now, an individual who is really creative is a gentleman called Andrew Goldsworthy. He uses nature as his inspiration. And your challenge for today is to come up with your own artwork based on some of the inspiration of Andrew Goldsworthy. So I'm going to show you a couple pictures, and I want you to see if you can think of something that you could find in your yard or just on a walk, and maybe some of these things could be part of your creation. So these pictures right here, if you're on your walk or going through your backyard, we've got some sticks. And he's done some designs that are really large. And he likes to do a lot of circles. You'll kind of notice that in some of his artwork. Do you think you could find some sticks when you're out exploring? For our next picture inspiration, I thought this one was pretty cool. You have to use your imagination for this one a little bit because you can't quite see it, but I think this one would be really exciting to see in person. These are stacked rocks. They kind of reminded me of a pine cone when they were all put together, but it's a huge sculpture. On a little smaller scale, he made this design, and we've got some more rocks. So there might be a spot where you can go out exploring and you might find some rocks. I like rocks a lot, so sometimes I find a rock that I think is really cool just by itself. So they kind of inspire me. The other thing that he used for some of his works of art are some leaves. So this picture right here, this one would have been a little bit easier to create in the fall because he used lots of different colors. But he did find some different ones on this fall day that he used a little bit differently. So as you go out and explore today, here's a couple of rules for your challenge. The first thing, I want you to be creative. As you're out exploring, I want you to look for small stuff, big stuff, creative stuff, anything that you think is neat. The second thing, and something that Andrew Goldsworthy really tries to do, is he tries to find things that are already on the ground or have fallen off of a tree. So I really want to encourage you, don't pick the flowers, even though they're really pretty. The bees can use them. And the green leaves that are on our trees, if they're still attached to a plant, please leave them on that plant. You can use anything that's fallen on the ground. Don't rip off the sticks or the bark from the tree because that plant's still using it. But if you find something scattered on the ground, even some mulch, that could be part of your design. As you go outside, I want you to make a really cool sculpture. You can lay it on the ground, and then if you want to, what Andrew Goldsworthy does is he takes a picture of it. And then he just leaves his artwork on the ground, and eventually the wind will blow, the rain will wash it away, maybe a squirrel will run by and snatch up something that you used and take it as a little bit of a snack, and that's okay. You'll always have your picture to remember. So for today's experiments and creativity, you don't need any art supplies at all. You just need to have your imagination. And when you have your imagination working with you this week, you're going to get a chance to make a lot of cool things. As you go through, if you started with this one, that's awesome. If you mixed them up a little bit, that's okay. You can do these in any order that work for you when you get your bag of supplies. So maybe you're seeing me a little bit later in the week. I'll still say hi to you, but I'll see you a couple more times with a couple other art inspirations. Can't wait to see you here at site for Hickory Knolls. Take care and have fun creating today.